Now, there came through this crowd a man. He was one of the rulers of the synagogue. His name was Jairus. And when he got to Jesus, he fell on the ground before him and began to beg over and over again.
Blood pressure is dropping fast. He's going into cardiac arrest.
My little girl.
What did she do? What did she have?
My little girl.
He had a promising future.
Is at the point of death. Please come, lay your hands upon her so that she may be made well and live. So he followed the man, as did the large crowd of people who pressed in and thronged from all sides. Now, in this crowd, there was a woman who had suffered from a hemorrhage of blood.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
You hear that, Ed? Bears. Now you're putting the whole station in jeopardy.
For 12 years. She had been to many doctors, had spent everything she had, but she hadn't gotten any better. In fact, she'd actually grown worse. But she had heard the stories about Jesus. And so she came up behind him in the crowd, and she touched his garment because she said, if I touch even his garment, I will be made well. And immediately her hemorrhage ceased, and she felt within herself that she had been healed of her disease. Well, Jesus, sensing that power had gone forth from him, turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched me? And his disciples said to him,
You serious?
Teacher, you see this crowd of people pressing in on all sides. How can you ask who touched you? But Jesus looked to see who had done it. Well, the woman, knowing what had been done to her, came in fear and trembling, and falling on the ground before him, she told him the whole truth. And Jesus said to her, oh, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. But while he was still speaking, there came some from the house of the ruler of the synagogue who said, your daughter...
She just wasn't able to get here in time.
is dead.
And I guess that's it.
Why bother the teacher any further? But Jesus said to Jairus, do not be afraid. Only believe. Well, this time, he took no one with him. Well, when they got to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, they were met by a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. And going into the house, Jesus said to them, why are you weeping and causing this fuss? The child isn't dead. She's merely sleeping. Well, when they heard this...
Are you stupid or something?
Mama says stupid as stupid does.
They laughed at him. So Jesus kicked him out. And taking the father and the mother of the child, they went into the room where the little girl lay. And taking her by the hand, Jesus said to her, Talitha cum. Which means, little girl, I say to you, get up. And immediately she got up and started to walk around. Because you see, she was 12 years old. Well, everyone was overcome with amazement. And Jesus gave them strict orders not to tell anyone about this. Really? And to give her something to eat.